Hi friends, it's Manoj Shukla from English Insight. This time I am back to you with a new lesson. This is how to form exclamatory sentences. Friends, when you see something beyond our expectation, when you feel something beyond our expectation, it may be good, it may be bad. It may be surprising, it may be dangerous. We exclaim at that moment. We say something exclamatory sentences. By the way, out of the 4 types of simple sentences, this one is one. It means exclamatory sentence is one of them. The other 3 are declarative sentence, imperative sentence, and interrogative sentence. We have already discussed them in my last video, in my previous video, simple sentence. If you have already remembered, it's good. If you haven't, you may watch it. But I'll say only declarative sentences can be turned into exclamatory sentences. So how they are turned into exclamatory sentences, let's see. Friends, just there are 5 rules to remember for exclamatory sentences. The declarative sentences can be turned into exclamatory sentences. So we have to follow these 5 rules. You can easily remember all these, just watch it. Sentence number 1, it's a declarative sentence. It's a declarative sentence. It is a very beautiful flower. It's a declarative sentence. But this sentence can be turned into exclamatory sentence. This one is the declarative sentence. This one is the exclamatory sentence. So what must be the exclamatory sentence here? What a beautiful flower it is. What a beautiful flower it is. It's the exclamatory sentence. This one is the declarative sentence. But what's the rule behind that? This one is the rule. First, we should use what plus a or an plus adjective. Adjective has been bracketed here. If there is adjective in the sentence, we should use. If there is no adjective, we should not use. Plus singular cn means countable noun plus subject plus verb. It's the rule. So we'll match all these. First we have to use a word. It's the sentence, declarative sentence. Just we should keep it in our minds. First we should use word. What is used? Then we should use a or an. It's the a written in declarative sentence. A very beautiful flower. A is used, so A is used, A is used here. Then comes adjective. Very will not be used here. Very should not be used. We should not use very here. Okay. So then comes adjective, beautiful. Then comes singular countable noun. So here is singular countable noun flower. We should use singular countable noun. Then S plus V. This one is the subject. This one is the verb. Okay. So it's all over. Rule is what plus a or an plus adjective plus singular countable noun plus subject plus verb. Okay. Again I am telling. This one is the declarative sentence. It's a very beautiful flower. Rule is what plus a or an plus adjective plus singular countable noun plus subject plus verb. First we should use what? As it is a noun there at the end of the sentence, we should use word. We should remember there are 2 types of exclamatory sentences. One type of exclamatory sentences begins with what, and second type of exclamatory sentences begins with how. Okay. So see here, it's a very beautiful flower as it's the declarative sentence, and there is a noun at the end of the sentence. Flower is the singular countable noun. So we should use this rule because singular countable noun is placed here in the rule, and there is also, if there is a singular countable noun in a sentence, obviously we should use a or an. So this rule is apt for this sort of sentences. Okay. Now we'll skip to rule number 2. Okay. A declarative sentence has been cited here. Number 2 is these are very beautiful flowers. Number 2 is these are very beautiful flowers. So this one is the declarative sentence and this one is the exclamatory sentence. So what's the exclamatory sentence here? What beautiful flowers these are. What beautiful flowers these are. It's the exclamatory sentence. So what's the rule behind that? In rule number 1, singular countable noun is used. So the rule was what plus ARR plus adjective plus singular countable noun plus subject plus verb. In rule number 2, so the rule is what plus adjective plus plural countable noun plus subject plus verb. So what do you think? Definitely there must be the use of plural countable noun in the declarative sentence. If there is the use of plural countable noun in the declarative sentence, so we should take this rule. What plus adjective plus plural countable noun plus subject plus verb. Okay. These are very beautiful flowers. Flowers is the plural countable noun. Plural countable noun. This one is the adjective. And this one is the subject. And this one is the verb. So first we should use what plus adjective plus plural countable noun plus subject plus verb. Okay. The sentence is what beautiful. This is the adjective here. What? It's written here. What plus adjective. What beautiful flowers these are. What beautiful flowers these are. As this is the plural countable noun, the rule will follow this way. So what plus adjective plus plural countable noun plus subject plus verb. What? It's written here. Adjective is the beautiful. Then comes plural countable noun. So flowers is the plural countable noun. So it's written here. Then comes subject. Subject is these. This one is the subject in the declarative sentence. So, and the last one is the verb. Here, are is the verb. So, the sentence is what beautiful flowers these are. This is rule number 2. We'll skip to rule number 3. It is very salty water. This is rule number 3. It's the declarative sentence for rule number 3. It is very salty water. So here, singular countable noun is not used. Here, the plural countable noun is not used. So what's the noun that's used here? This is an uncountable noun. Water is the uncountable noun. It's used here. So what's the rule here? We'll see what's the rule. But prior to that, we'll see. So what is the exclamatory sentence for it is very salty water? This one is the declarative sentence. The exclamatory sentence is what salty water it is. What salty water it is. It's the exclamatory sentence. So we'll see what's the rule. Rule is what plus adjective. It's bracketed here. If there is adjective, we should use. If there is no adjective, we should not use. What plus adjective plus uncountable noun. In rule number 2, it was plural countable noun. In rule number 3, here is no plural countable noun. So only uncountable noun is here. So we should use uncountable noun plus subject plus verb. In rule number 2, just one exception was here. So what plus adjective plus plural countable noun. It was plural countable noun in rule number 2. But here it is uncountable noun in rule number 3. And the rest is the same. So what plus adjective plus uncountable noun plus subject plus verb. I'll say again. So as here is the uncountable noun, water is the uncountable noun at the end of the sentence. This rule should be taken into consideration. What plus adjective plus uncountable noun plus subject plus verb. So what's the sentence here? First we should use what. Then comes the adjective salty. It's the adjective salty here. What salty? Then the uncountable noun water. So here water, uncountable noun is water. Then comes subject. This one is the subject and this one is the verb. Last comes subject plus verb. Last comes subject plus verb in the exclamatory sentence. So the sentence is what salty water it is. What plus adjective plus uncountable noun plus subject plus verb. It's little exception from that of rule number 2. So in rule number 2, plural countable noun is used, but in rule number 3, uncountable noun is used. Okay. Now comes rule number 4. It's not what exclamation, this is how exclamation. So the declarative sentence is the water is very salty. The rule is how plus adjective or adverb plus subject plus verb. And the sentences, the exclamatory sentences, how salty the water is. How salty the water is. It's the exclamatory sentence. So how the declarative sentence turns into exclamatory one, we'll see. So first comes how. So okay, so how is used here. Next comes adjective or adverb. The declarative sentence is with adjective here. Salty is the adjective here. So adjective is to be used in the exclamatory sentence. This one is the adjective. How salty. But in what exclamation? It was the noun. It may be the singular countable noun, plural countable noun, or uncountable noun, but it is not here. It is the adjective here. So we should use adjective here. Salty is the adjective, and just after how we should use salty. How salty. Then comes subject plus verb. So here this one is the adjective. Very, we should not use very in exclamatory sentence. Then so what should be used? Then the subject. The subject part is water, the water, and the verb is. So the sentence is how, then comes adjective, salty, then the subject. Here water is the subject. Water is used here, the subject. Then comes verb. S plus V, subject plus verb. Here verb is. So last comes is. So this one is how plus adjective plus subject plus verb. Okay. Again I am telling, the water is very salty. It's the declarative sentence. And the exclamatory sentence is how salty the water is. The rule is how plus adjective or adverb plus subject plus verb. If there is adjective at the end of the sentence, we'll use adjective here. If there is no adjective, instead of adjective there is a use of adverb, we should use adverb here. We'll take another example how adverb is used in an exclamatory sentence. Okay. So how salty the water is. How plus adjective plus subject plus verb. We'll take another example with adverb. It is also rule number 4. The rule is the same, but the declarative sentence has been written differently. The rule is how plus adjective or adverb plus subject plus verb. The declarative sentence is danced beautifully. Here beautifully is adverb. It's the adverb here. But previously I told you, so adjective is used here, adjective is used here, but this time adverb has been used here in the sentence. So danced very beautifully. Beautiful is the adverb here. So what must be the exclamatory sentence? We'll go with the rule. So how first we'll use how, then comes beautifully. It's the adverb here. Beautiful is the adverb. So the adverb is used here, how beautifully. Then what comes? Then the subject comes. The subject is she here. She is the subject here. It's the subject. And danced is the verb. It's the verb part. It's the verb part. So what must be the sentence here? How beautifully she danced. So how is used first, then comes adverb, beautifully, then comes she, the subject, she, the subject here, then comes danced, the verb. Okay. So the sentence is how beautifully she danced. Again I am telling, the rule is how plus adjective or adverb plus subject plus verb. The declarative sentence is she danced very beautifully. At the end of the sentence there is a adverb. So we should use how exclamation here. Rule number 4. How beautifully. Beautiful comes here. Subject. She and danced. It's the verb. So the sentence is how beautifully she danced. It's rule number 4. Now comes rule number 5. The same sentence as it was written in rule number 4, the same sentence has been written here. The water is very salty. Okay. It's the declarative sentence here, but the rule is different. The subject will be used first. So the rule is subject plus a how plus a adjective. As the rule is different, so the sentence must be different. The sentence is, the exclamatory sentence is, the water, how salty. The water, how salty. Okay, it's the exclamatory sentence. But how is it done, we'll see. First, we should use the water. It's the subject. Subject is the water in the declarative sentence. So the rule says, first we should use the subject. So water is used. It's the subject here. This one is the subject. As there is an adjective at the end of the declarative sentence, we should use how. Okay. So How is used here? The rule says just after the subject, how is used. So we use water first, it's the subject of the declarative sentence. Then comes how, and the last one is the adjective here. Adjective is salty, and here it's used. Adjective is the salty here. So what's the sentence here? The water, how salty. Okay, it's the rule here. Subject plus how plus adjective. Rasgulla, how sweet. But the declarative sentence is Rasgulla is very sweet. The exclamatory sentence is Rasgulla, how sweet. That means subject, it's the Rasgulla, how sweet. How plus adjective, it's rule number 5. Let's come to the summary part. As we have been learning, there are 5 rules. 3 of them belong to what exclamation and 2 of them belong to how exclamation. You can have a screenshot. You can take a screenshot here for better understanding, to memorize forever. Okay. So the rule number 1 is what plus on plus adjective. It's bracketed here. Plus singular countable noun plus subject plus verb. Rule number 2 what plus adjective. It's bracketed here. Plus plural countable noun plus subject plus verb. Rule number 3 what plus adjective. It's bracketed here. Plus uncountable noun plus subject plus verb. Number 4 how plus adjective or adverb plus subject plus verb. And the last one is number 5 is subject plus how plus adjective. And at the end of the sentence we should use the punctuation mark. This is exclamatory mark. If you do not use, the sentence is completely wrong. Last 3 rules belong to what exclamation, and the last 2 rules belong to how exclamation. How exclamation. So when we use what exclamation, so definitely there should be the use of nouns. It may be singular countable noun or plural countable noun or uncountable noun. That means nouns go with what exclamation. When there is the use of how exclamation, so there must be the use of adjective or adverb. Okay, adjective or adverb go with how exclamation, and nouns go with what exclamation. By the way, we are coming with so many educational videos for you. You like, share and subscribe this channel, and you can also follow us on Twitter. Thank you. Bye.